Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome for continuous discussion on this book, Harinam Chintamani. And we are still discussing under this topic of Nama Bhajan, the final topic, final distinct commentary by Bhakti Vinod Thakur. So now, actually, we are doing evening program. We supposed to do in the morning. We did in the morning, and we are continuing in the evening. All right. So today is 25th April 2025 evening. So we have gathered here on Friday to continue our discussion on this very important subject matter. So before we start, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatirmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Uttaparakamlam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasa Charitharine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitai Kripavdaya Krishna Sambandha Viknanadayini Prabhave Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Sri Rupanuga Bhaktida Sri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddha Pasidanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambra Sambode Padam Bhujaite Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Sarupai Rupanuga Varayate Gauravir Bhumi Dasa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhama Sri Jagannathayate Namaha Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Paditanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavyo Namah Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Garatusya Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhodina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kantarada Kantanam Sute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavane Swarishabhanutiri Pranamami Haripriye Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Guru Bhaktavranda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Saputali Srimati Jayapataka Swami Tinamne Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Padaya Nagora Kapadamatai Nagora Hare Krishna. So thank you all for coming. So today we did in the morning and now again we are doing it in the evening. So my heartfelt gratitude to see all of your enthusiasm. And of course, the subject matter is so interesting because we are going in absolute detail in studying them. So without delay, let's continue our discussion. Okay, I think we stopped here. Okay. So we have listened about, okay. So we discussed about this, all right, the advice of Narada to Vyasadeva. So we have had a very nice discussion in this morning. And of course, then after that, Vyasadeva understood the anarthas of Jiva, right? What we have understood is was completely, while Dvaipana Rishi was completely absorbed in the single and natural deep meditation of the soul, he fully and clearly saw the name, form, attributes, and pastimes of the Supreme Person. Okay, at the same time, he also saw Maya, the shadow of Parashakti, as having no other shelter than the absolute truth. Okay, then also he understood the anarthas of the jiva. Okay, the jivas have a lot of anarthas, a lot of misconception. Okay, then anarthas of the jiva, who is the atomic chit tattva. Chit tattva means the spiritual tattva, which is atomic, very tiny. Okay, at the same time, these jivas are very engrossed and fascinated, all right, and enslaved by Maya. Okay, we had a very detailed discussion this morning on this. So further realizing that, okay, such jivas also can come to perceive their own personal forms. Okay, they can also come to their own personal form if absorbed in profoundly meditative bhakti yoga. If he really goes into this, what they call profound, if he going to absorb himself in meditative, in a detail of bhakti yoga, they can even achieve, they can even perceive their personal form, right, or their original constitutional position. Then after that, what he did, he compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam. After understanding all that, he compiled the Srimad Bhagavatam, which described the spiritual pastime of Bhagavan. Okay. So now, now let's continue from where here. Okay, now. The forgetfulness of his own eternal form and the form of Krishna is the foremost anarthas. That means the forgetfulness of his own eternal form, that means our eternal form, and also the form of Krishna is the foremost anarthas of a jiva. That's the top, I mean, among the anarthas, that is the highest. Forgetting our original self and also forgetting the form of Krishna. Okay. Whence this thing arises, when arises his aversion to Krishna. So when he's against the Krishna, right? As a result of which is revolved in the wheel of Maya. Because he is in the wheel of Maya and also Maya on the path of karma. Okay, when they all go into these fruitive activities, fruitive studies, you see, they start to forget their own constitutional position. Thus, the world is wheel and woos, right? So there's a proverb here, the wheel and woos. That means it's going around, it's confusing, and is entangling. So when the jiva takes shelter under bhakti, what happened? So when the jivas take shelter under the bhakti, after discarding the basely turned endeavors, right? Basely turned endeavors means what? The base culture, right? The basic thing, discarding the base, because we are all under the base of material conception or material sense gratification. So now we discard, we throw away the base. That means we are no longer under the idea about materialistic idea, okay? Basely turned endeavors, right? Of the mundane wise reasoning. That means mundane wise reasoning means to think that all the things like, everything is, we are start to perceive things with our mundane gross, what they call senses. We are seeing our senses. We believe the sun is great. We see the shine of the sun looks amazing. We see the lightning looks wow. So we are entangled because we have, gross senses. We are attracted to all the gross stuff. Okay, reasoning of the mundane, then mundane wise reasoning. At the same time, we also understand by performing the 8 process of yoga. That means Ashtanga yoga. So by mundane wise, that means we are reasoning. Okay, we are thinking, oh, by performing what they call process of Ashtanga yoga of the karma margis, or follow of karma or fruitive acts, and also of the argument of Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya school. Sankhya school means, in those days, Sankhya means scientific. So scientific, atheistic. That means they always talk about logic. The term of logic. Everything must have logic. Right? The Sankhya school and the Jnana Margis. Right? Jnana Marg. Jnana Marg means Jnana, that means speculative knowledge. Margis means the practitioner. Okay, Jnana Margis. Alright? Who are the seekers of dry wisdom. Want to merge into the light, merge into this, merge into that. Right? All these which is vainly try to refute things. That means vainly means what? Trying to be uselessly refute, to overcome the idea that not God or his concern. All right? That are not God or his concern. I mean, everything that happens is not because of God or not because of his concern. Okay, it's a try to refute vainly. That means they are vainly trying to refute. Okay. Okay, vainly things that are not God or his concern, then only are the pure rays of spiritual intuition enkindle in them. So then, after they start to understand that this is all waste of time, karma margi, Ashtanga yoga, then Sankhya, Jnana, all these, and vainly try to refute all this God and his concern, they start to realize that all these are vain, useless attempt, wasting attempt. Then their spiritual intuition is enkindled. So the spiritual intuition that they have is being kindled in them. So by being naturally absorbed in divine contemplation, because then they will be naturally absorbed in the divine contemplation, means thinking about the divinity. The worldly pleasure then prick them. Then the worldly pleasures will prick them like piercing thorns. That's when they start to realize the world pleasure is just like a thorn. It starts to prick them. Before that, they were in denial. Even it pricks them, they don't see it. They see the other side. Okay, I'm suffering, struggling because I want to make it big in life. So when the thing prick, it doesn't matter, just go on. But now they start to realize, okay, they start to worldly pleasure then prick them like piercing thorn. And Krishna Prema is awakened in the heart. So when they start to get frustrated with all this kind of material concept, material ideology and all these things, that's when the prema, the love for Krishna, start to be awakened in the heart. So by these means only can they be blessed by the grace of Krishna, who is the spiritual son. Right, so far so good. Any questions? You all following me, yeah? Okay. So no questions, huh? So far you understand, huh? So in other words, to summarize this, as long as we are under the gross material concept, we are struggling. But the thing is, we are in denial, thinking that Ashtanga Yoga system, this karma kandi, or that means we are working hard towards it, and also that what they call the argument of Sankhya school. There is no God, there is God. Science is God. You know, all this kind of scientific, all these kind of things, which is useless in our attempt. So once we give up all that, so they then vainly, all these are vain, then try to refute things. Okay. So they are trying to refute, that means they're trying to refute the personality of God. But now we give them up all. After giving them all, so then our spiritual intuition is enkindled, our natural spiritual awakening heart. All right. And that's when what happened? That's when we start to see the worldly pleasure is actually the thorn. You know, it's just like a thorn. You know, all the while it was pricking, but we didn't realize it because we are in denial. But now we start to see the real picture. Actually, it's very painful. All right. It reminds me about a story that Prabhupada used to like to quote. You know, the camel. The camel, the camel loves to eat what they call the cactus. In the desert, the camel loves to eat cactus. And the cactus is so thorny. No, it's so much a thorn. So when the camel eats that cactus, the tongue will start to prick and the blood start to ooze. So what happened? The camel takes so much of pleasure, you know, eating the cactus along with its own blood, you know, even it's pricking the tongue, and the camel start to enjoy it. Yum, yum, very nice. It feels a kind of taste, you know, but actually the camel is so in ignorance, couldn't understand actually the thorn is actually pricking the tongue. The thorn from the cactus is actually piercing the tongue, and the tongue is actually bleeding. So like that, we are all in denial, thinking that this material world, material concept of life is going to give us so much of happiness, so much of success and everything. You know, then what they call so it's like that. See, like for instance, this morning, what happened? So I used to go to this one place, all right, because I don't have time to prepare lunch for my son. So I go to this one particular restaurant, vegetarian shop, and to buy for him food. And there I saw this young Chinese couple. Then what happened? I used to see them quite often. I think they are very often to that place. So I smile and they smile. And you know, we are packing the food tapao. And this Chinese couple, they took such a small piece of what they call a Tupperware, and they have a rice maybe as big as maybe a 3 tablespoons of rice. Can you imagine? So little rice. So little. Then I looked at them, I said, "Are you buying this for your lunch?" And she said, "Yes, I'm buying it for my lunch." But why are you eating so little? Why are you eating so little? You know, this one, I think the what I am packing, maybe it can be your 3 days lunch or 4 days lunch. You're taking so little rice. What's that? Why? oh, I'm like to take care of myself and I know I want to be, healthy and all these kind of things. Then I said, well, if you are eating so little rice, I think you should not work so hard in life. You should only work enough just to afford this little rice. What is the point you earn so much of money and keeping it, but you can't even eat nicely? When I asked that question, he was shocked. And the husband also shocked. They said, what are you talking? I said, when you are eating so little, why do you need to work so hard for that? Why can't you just take life easy? Work a little, because I see that both of them, even early in the morning, they look so tired. I don't know what job they are involved. I think they are some high flying job. They look so tired. Even early in the morning, they look so tired. Then I said, no, you all look so tired. I believe that you're working hard for what? When you're eating only what? Maybe your finger full of rice. Maybe one handful of rice. That's it. What's the point you're working so hard? Take life easy. Enjoy life. Since you don't want to eat a lot, you eat so little, then don't think about earning a lot of money and keeping. And they were like stunned. Then after that, I rushed to my car, looked for my book. I couldn't find the book. Because I usually keep some Chinese books in my car. So when I get the opportunity, I give them one book. Please read this book. So I couldn't find it. So I hope that I keep it in my car and next time. So, okay, this is what I'm saying. So that means, in other words, when we are not really not really utilizing things, why do we need to work so hard for what? So that's a question. So that's when, because at first we are in denial. We think that money is everything. We think property is everything. We work so hard day and night, day and night, day and night, day and night. All right. But when you come back, you just eat little rice, a little bit of this, and little bit of everything little. Then what is the point? Huh? But when they start to realize that actually, if only if I can work enough just to sustain myself, life will be very peaceful, life will be very happy, and there'll be no over-endeavoring. So at that kind of moment, our spiritual ideology will start, that means the spirituality that lies in our heart will start to be awakened. So when the thing is awakened, that's when we start to realize that actually the worldly pleasure is like a piercing thorn. It's like a thorn in the, in the plant or in this thing. So it's piercing us. Then we start to realize, oh my God, yes. So when we could realize the material world is actually piercing us, and that's the time that Krishna Prema, the love of God, is awakened in the heart. All right? And that means they can be blessed by the grace of Krishna, who is the spiritual son. So this divine grace is the only means for washing away all stain. All right. See, like for instance, now I'm wearing this chadar, the white color. So now if there's a dirt, I wash. After I wash, still there's a stain. All right. Say like I drink something, or maybe I eat a curry drop on my shirt, and I wash. I just wash. There's a stain. So now, how to get rid of the stain? So sometimes we need to use that Clorox, right? We put in Clorox to remove the stain. We need to use some heavy duty detergent. So similarly, when we can do this by the divine grace, this is the only means for washing away all stains from the mind and for progressing forward towards the ever-shining land of Krishna. So why are we talking about this? Why do Bhakti Vinod Thakur is explaining like this? Because sometimes after we become perfected, after we start to take up Bhakti very seriously, then we chant our Hare Krishna mantra very nicely. Then after that, what happened? We are practicing the four regulative principle and everything. Yeah? So we are somewhat other naturally we give up our what they call our bad habits, our demand, all these things we go up, we become very sober, we chant Hare Krishna and everything. Okay, fair enough. But after you get rid of all the dirt and everything, there's be still stains are there. Right? Just there will be stains still will be there. All right? The stains. When the stains are there, somehow or other we still go back to our own distinct. Okay. So because like for instance, like the day I saw in my one part of my washroom, there was something there. I didn't realize. No, okay. Outside the porch there's one side. There was a chunkle I was kept there. And that day I just cleaning and I took out the chunkle. I saw at the down there on my tiles, there is a what they call what they call rust. The orange color rust is there, right? Then after that, I tried to wash, the rust is not going. And the rust is still there. The color, that means that I've taken the iron and everything, but the rust still there, right? So what I need to use some mosaic cleaner, some acid, and try to clean it. Similar, it's like that, all right? It is quite natural. So how to get rid of them? You know, like this morning, I was driving my children from work coming back. I felt so sleepy. And what happened? I was listening to lectures, Prabhupada lecture. Then I felt so much falling asleep. Then I just put on some English radio station. In that English radio station, they start to put Friday special, back to back, all the songs, what they call, all kind of songs, you know. So when I was listening to the song, it was like they will keep playing, and the DJ was talking, hey, and they were playing. Then while I was driving, suddenly my mind went back to the time that I used to go and visit this school. I lived sometimes in those days. Those days I used to sometimes business partners said we used to go to the discotheque. So we go to the disco, you see the DJ will be playing the music non-stop, ever ending. So what happened? The idea came back to my mind again. Then I start to meditate. Wow, in those days, disco non-stop, dancing, party, Then at a split second, I went into that mood. Can you imagine? All right. So why this thing happened? Sometimes when we are practicing devotee, sometimes we may fall back to our certain habits. But of course, we still come back. Okay, there's no doubt about it. But the potential, how can we come out of it? 100%. So that's the idea is giving. So by this act, only means for washing away all the stains. That means once the stains is gone, there will be spotless. And that's the time that the mind will start to progress towards the ever-shining land of Krishna, Goloka Vrindavan. Okay? Now, the sincere faith in pure devotion is the root cause of unlabored restraint of the senses together with the mind. Okay? The sincere faith in pure devotion. First, we start with the faith. Okay? In pure devotion. So how are we going to start with the faith with pure devotion? Of course, by chanting first. Then by associating with good devotees. All right? So then after that, you go into first, you start to feel. Then after that, you start to chant. You start to associate. Then after that, you do bhajana kriya. Then after that, anartha nivritti, all the unwanted things start to get away from you. You start to acquire knowledge. Then you come to the level of nishta. You become steady. After you become very steady, like what Mataji, like Sadhuna Mataji all was sharing yesterday, from 16, 20, 64 on Ekadasi day. So some or other, she start to get ruchi, taste. She start to get taste. Like that, like Nandari Mataji, Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu all chanting 64 rounds. So now they start to acquire taste. So when they start to acquire the taste, then what happens? So they become more steady, right? And the faith in pure devotion starts. But before we go to the level of pure devotion, at least we start to have faith in that pure devotion, right? Because eventually we're going to end up there. So when we can have the sincere faith in pure devotion, that is the root cause. Okay, that's the root cause of unlabored restraint. So that means you are not restraining yourself hard, right? Okay, now I must give up this habit. So I am strongly abstaining from my habit. I don't want to go and see these kind of fellows who have that. No, restraining, labor. I take a lot of labor. But here it says unlabored restraint. So that means you are no longer working hard to restrain yourself. Because it becomes naturally there. You understand? Okay? Unlabeled restraint of the senses. First is what? Senses. All right? Then the second is the mind. First, we control the senses. The mind will become, what they call, purified, right? So first we start to restrain our senses. Then with that, together with the mind, we have to do both together. Then confinement of the soul in a deep contemplation of Godhead. So that means we start to contemplate, right? So when the time contemplation, so and the contemplation, then, so when the happy moment came, that's when Dwarpayana or Veda, what they call Vyasadeva, became doubtful about the rules and methods of Karma Kanda and Vain Jnana Kanda. So now what happened? So the same thing here, the sincere faith of the pure devotion is the root cause. Vyasadeva start to realize it's the root cause. Then after that, all that restraint must be unlabored. I mean, shouldn't be like this thing, come naturally. Then the senses along with the mind get purified. Then confinement of the soul in a deep contemplation of Godhead. Deeply, we start to contemplate, we start to meditate, that I am the eternal soul, I am the eternal servant of the Lord. When you go into the deep contemplation, all right? So when the happy moment came, so Dvaipayana Rishi, that means Vyasadeva became doubtful. Now he started to become doubtful. Doubtful of what? He became doubtful. Hey, is it correct or not? Am I thinking right or not? Let me see what color I should use. Right. Okay. He became doubtful. He became doubtful. Okay. He became doubtful. Doubtful of what? On the rules and methods of Karma Kanda. Because initially when he translated all the books, he used Karma Kanda, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Right? He started to become doubtful. That means, is this really worth it? Then the word here, vain. Vain, Jnana Kanda. Jnana Kanda means, the vain means useless. Vain, useless. Useless, speculative knowledge. Is this important? He started to doubt. So in reply to the question to his spiritual preceptor, right? So in reply to the question of his spiritual preceptor, Sri Narada Goswami says, Narada Muni said what? That means the spiritual master of Vyasadeva. What did he say? Oh Lord, he said, in reply to the question of his spiritual preceptor, Sri Narada Goswami, he said, that means Vyasadeva said, oh Lord, no doubt I have realized all these truths you advised, right? Still my soul, I know not why, find no contentment. Okay, now, so what happened? After going through these, after the deep contemplation, all right, then Vyasadeva addressing Narada Muni. That means Vyasadeva addressing the spiritual master Narada, he said, oh Lord, no doubt I have realized, no doubt that I have realized the truth you advise. Yes, there's no doubt. I've realized the truth. But my soul, I don't know why, I can't find any contentment. I can't find no contentment, not this thing, right? So then, O son of Brahma, be kind to tell me the unimaginable, undescribable secret that lurks behind it. Right? Then he says, then yesterday prayed. He said, oh son of Brahma. Son of Brahma means what? What does this mean, son of Brahma? Right? Oh son of Brahma. What does that mean? Okay, before that, I want to find out, are you all following me? Am I too fast? Let me go down, slow down a bit. Are you following me, Vaishnava Prabhu?
Yeah, Guru.
You are following me, yeah? Okay, how about Rusan Mataji? Are you following me? Okay. How about others? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu,
Okay.
we're listening.
Yeah, listening. But do you understand? Huh? I'm not too fast. Okay, great. All right. Please, if I'm fast, please stop me immediately. Yeah. Just say, hey, you're fast. Or I don't understand. Okay. Because this is very important. Now the question is, why son of Brahma? What does it mean by son of Brahma?
Narada
Because
Brahma.
huh?
Narada is the son of Brahma.
All right. Okay. Which Brahma?
Our universal Brahma, Babu.
Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma. Right?
Yeah.
Because why I'm telling you this, sometimes when you see in other words, oh, son of Brahmana, oh, son of Brahmana, son of this, they used to say. But here the thing is son of Brahma. So we can understand when he says son of Brahma, so Vyasadeva is addressing who? Addressing Narada Muni. Because Narada Muni's father is Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma created Narada. So that's why he says, oh, son of Brahma. So Vyasadeva said, be kind to me. Please give me your kindness. right? Please be kind to me, right? Be kind to me to tell me. And what he wants to know, unimaginable, undescribable secret, okay? Unimaginable. That means, please tell me the mystery behind it. Please inform me the mystery behind it, which is, I can't imagine, because you're saying something, but what you say is true. I go deep in myself, I start to see, that means the karma kanda and jnana kanda, that means the speculative knowledge and the karmic work, work and everything. I thought it was good. I thought dharma, artha, kama, moksha is good. But now I realize it is vain. I start to become doubtful. All right, so I start to doubt karma, kanda, and I start to doubt jnana kanda. So what is the truth now? Right? So now I've realized the truth you told me. Yes, fair enough. I realized the truth. Yes, karma kanda, jnana kanda is waste. And as a soul, I'm beyond all these things. Yes, I agree. I understand. But still my soul, that means me as still my soul, I don't know why. I cannot find any contentment. Contentment means what? I can't find any understanding, the relationship, the link. I can't understand that. Therefore, O son of Brahma, who is the father is Lord Brahma, you, Narada Muni, be kind, please. I beg you. Kindly tell me what unimaginable, the thing that is beyond my concept, my mind, and indescribable secret, the secret that cannot be described, right? That lurks behind him. Lurks means what? That's stuck behind that secret. Then after that, Narada Muni continues. He said, I beg you for this. I beg you for this. Being greatly troubled at heart. So I'm so much trouble in heart. Please tell me. Then after that, what happened? So now Narada Muni replied. Narada Goswami or Muni replied. He said, Oh Vyasa, you have not striven to give as vivid a picture of the pure spiritual pastimes of Bhagavan. What does that mean? He says, Oh Vyasa, you have not striven. That means you have not really worked on it. You really didn't strive. You really did not strive. Work for it. You have not striven. You didn't work hard enough to give as vivid a picture. Vivid means what? Clear. Vivid means clear. The word vivid in English means clear picture. You have not worked hard enough to give that clear picture. Clear picture of what, my lord? The pure spiritual pastimes. You have not spoken about spiritual pastimes of Bhagavan. You have not spoke about that. Okay? You have not given that. As you have in the Vedanta Sutra and Mahabharata. Right? So you have not given the clear picture as you have in the Vedanta Sutra. Vedanta Sutra, he didn't give a clear picture. And Mahabharata, also none. Of the four main objects of human pursuit. Okay? So that means as you have in the Vedanta Sutra and Mahabharata. So what you have done? What have you done in this Vedanta Sutra and Mahabharata? What has he done? What has he given? He has given the four main objects of human pursuit. What is that? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You gave that very clearly, but you have not given vividly or clearly the pastimes of the Lord. That means virtue, wealth, enjoyment, and salvation. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So now, then after that, Narada Muni continues. It is due to the shortcoming of yours. Due to your shortcoming, you enjoy no contentment. So, because of your shortcoming, because of your weaknesses, your shortcoming, you looks like you're not satisfied. Therefore, now let's look at this. Narada Muni is telling the disciple, therefore, you have committed a great and heavy omission. That means you have done a great and heavy omission. That means you have made a great, at the same time, very heavy. What is omission? What is the word? In movies, sometimes what they do, certain obscene, what's it called? What is the word? Do you all understand what I'm saying? Sometimes when there's a movie, when there's some obscene, when they want to come to Malaysia, they need to delete. What's the word?
Censor.
Censor. Yes, censor. Censor. So that means what? You have done not an ordinary, but you have done a great and heavy censorship, omission. You have omitted, you have censored the most important by giving too high an eulogy, because you have given so much of preference on what? On caste system and the stages as the religion of the soul. Right? So what? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, according to the caste and all this, you have given too much and too high eulogy. And eulogy. Eulogy means what? Important or testimony. All right? You have given so much of eulogy on this. Okay? You have given too much of eulogy and the stages as the religion, okay, of the soul. Are you all following me so far? All right. Now, as we understand, who is Narada Muni? Narada Muni is Krishna's avatar, one of the incarnation of Krishna, the literally incarnation. They also call as empowered incarnation, right? But he says now, so he says that you have done, you have greatly censored the important part, and you went and highlighted on the caste, creed, and all these kind of things. Then after that, Narada Muni says, if anyone leaving aside such a conventional religion, leaving aside, okay, of the self, engage himself in the service of Hari. Right? That means now Narada Muni is telling, if anyone leaving aside, they put aside the conventional religion system, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. That means the religion of the self, and at the same time engage himself. Then after that, what happened? He engaged himself in the service of Hari, but sleeps before reaching the goal. All right? This is very important. He suffers no loss to speak of. Oh, what a English they've translated, man. Krishna. All right? Now let's look at this. If anyone leaving aside, okay, such a conventional religion. Right. So they're leaving aside, they put aside the conventional religion. All right? The conventional religion of the self, like Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Then what he did, he engages, okay, in the service of Hari. He engaged in the service of the Lord Hari. But unfortunately, sometimes he falls, sleep. Sleep means falling down, sleep and fall. He sleep before reaching the goal. Before he reached the goal, sometimes he just got to go, suddenly he sleep and fell. And you know what says? Narada Muni says, he suffers no loss. There is no loss on his face to speak of. We can't say, oh, he has lost it. No, there's nothing to say he has lost. Even if he fall down, there's no loss at all. So far, so good? Are you all following me? Okay. Yes. Bunis, welcome. All right. Now, so there's no loss. But after this says, but on the contrary, but if you look at other aspect, if you look at other side of the point, what happened if he strictly stick to the conventional religion? Okay. On the contrary, that means if he gave up his normal religious practice, right? He gave up. He come and practice devotional service. Then he fall down. Right? There's no loss to speak about. There's nothing. I cannot say, oh, he's gone, he's doomed, he's going to go to hell. There's nothing I can talk about it. There's no loss at all. But in other words, but if the person strictly stick to the conventional religion, dharma, artha, kama, moksha, very strictly stick to the religion, and being utterly unmindful, that means utterly not bothered of Hari Bhajan. So the question is, what worthy and exalted goal can he attain thereby? What worthy or exalted goal can he attain thereby? What can he achieve? It is okay if he practice Hari Bhajan and fall. That is not, there's no, I can't find any fault in that. But if he strictly stick to conventional religion and utterly unmindfully don't care about Hari Bhajan, what is the worth of his exalted goal? And what are the type of goal can he attain? Useless. So it is clear from above that there is no second help but Hari Bhajan. Right? There's no second help. Right? There's nothing can help you other than Hari Bhajan. A jiva can attain his highest goal. The jiva can attain his highest goal if he embraces the holy name as the means to Hari. Right? So, just to make a point of this, imagine, look at Bhakti Vinod Thakur is dissecting everything. He's just breaking up everything and he's giving to you piece by piece. Now, the jiva can attain the highest goal if he simply embraces the holy name as the means of Hari, as the means of the deity. So now, Vyasadeva, what he did? Now, Vyasadeva then followed up this Bhakti Yoga. Okay, Vyasadeva followed the Bhakti Yoga by absorbing himself in an easy meditation of Godhead. Right? Now the question is easy. What does that mean, easy? Right? Easy. Why? What easy used? Easy used here to show. Easy used here to show that devotion to Krishna is most innate in that Jivatma. So it says the word, why it was easy? Why did Bhakti Vinod Thakur use the word easy? So he said, Vyasadeva then followed up the Bhakti Yoga by absorbing himself in easy meditation. So the question is, easy? Why? Why the easy used? Because devotion to Krishna is most innate in the Jivatma. That means the devotion to Krishna, it is naturally in your Jivatma. It is our natural and it's by default. It is in our soul. Right? Okay. Say like for instance, now, example. My command in English is good, but my command in Tamil is not good. Right? My spoken, my command, that means I cannot give a good command or teach in Tamil. So now, say like if I am in a situation where this high standard English and everything is spoken, if I to go there, I could easily absorb in that group and I can easily participate, understand, participate, react and all these kind of things in that situation. You know, if any written that word in English, I can easily, because that is my natural. Naturally, I am more absorbed in English. But at the same time, if I go into Tamil seminar or Tamil environment, right? No doubt I can understand. But when they start to write the word in Tamil, they start to identify the word in Tamil, definitely I'm lost. Okay. So it's easy for me to go to English seminar or English gathering because the English is naturally inbuilt in me. You all understand? So like that. So the devotional service naturally is in the heart of every living entity. So when they just take up devotional service, they can be easily absorbed because it is there in their heart by default. Other than that, the Astanga Yoga and all the other practices, it is tough because that is not naturally available for Jiva. Because it's an inherent means what? It is natural and eternal religion of the Jiva. Because that's the eternal religion Jiva. That's why it's called as easy. All right? Because it is the universal religion of every Jiva. Every living entity's universal religion. Its working develops in the following manner. Okay, how the working starts? When the Jiva come to realize that the path of karma does not give them eternal good. First, we realize the path of karma, it does not going to give me eternal good. Maybe it can give me a temporary good. Not eternally is not good. Whether it be the 18-fold inferior karma yoga, 18 inferior karma yoga, or the 8 subtle process of yajna, neither can lead them to the highest goal. That is service to Krishna. Right? It can be 18 inferior karma yoga or the 8 subtle process of yajna, sacrifice and all this. Neither, these two can never lead them to the highest goal, that is service to Krishna, which is supposed to be their soul's religion. Or again, when they are fully convinced, all right, so they cannot achieve that. But again, when they are fully convinced that there is not the least chance, there's not a least chance to attain perpetual happiness, all right, to attain the real happiness by mundane wisdom. Mundane wisdom means what? It's a materialistic wisdom, mundane, useless, mundane, or in English we call mundane wisdom, okay, or limited knowledge, or with the limited knowledge, we have little knowledge, and that little knowledge also what? Aims at the spiritual kingdom, both gained by endeavor or subtle frame of mind, ego, etc. All right. So mundane wisdom or limited knowledge that also aims at the spiritual kingdom. These both gain by endeavor, by hard work of the subtle frame of the mind, ego, intelligence, etc. So now, after that, then what happened? They find no shore to catch. Okay, they find no shore. What does that mean? Okay, this English is quite high. So if you don't understand, please stop me. Yeah? So finding no shore to catch. That means what? You are in the middle of the sea. You can't find any shore. You know, the seaside, beach. You can't find the beach. Hey, where? That means you find no shore to catch. That means the knowledge you find, there's no way you're going to end up. Thus, what happened? What they do? By the grace of the sadhus, by the grace of a devotee, sadhus means devotee, and the spiritual preceptor, that means the guru, what they do? Cry out to Krishna. Cry out, cry, open your heart and cry out. From where? From the deepest recess of their heart. The deepest recess means what? The real deep position in your heart, the deepest position. All right. So now we look at the thing. There's the first level, second level, third level. What is the deepest? What is the ultimate bottom? There's a place recesses. The deepest recesses of their heart. Cry out from the bottom of your heart. Cry out, oh Krishna, oh, you deliver of the fallen, Padita Pavana. Padita Pavana, deliver of the fallen. Although I am your eternal servant, I am fallen into the deep abyss. Deep abyss. That means the deep environment. I fall into very deep abyss of the material world and am badly dashed from shore to shore by its drowning waves of troubles and turbulation. Therefore, take me up, my Lord, to the shade of the cool dust of your lotus feet. Oh, have mercy on this wretched self. Then all merciful Lord, knowing this, takes the jiva up to his feet. Please underline this statement. Okay, let me delete all these things. I want you to keep this. If you don't have the book or what, take a photo, right? Take a snapshot and keep it and try to meditate on this. Did I break just now? Am I going on smoothly or is there a break?
Oh, you're going smoothly, Prabhu.
Oh, smoothly, all right. So now I'm going to highlight this thing. I want you to highlight in your book or you snapshot. Take a photo camera and just take a snapshot, the thing that I'm going to highlight, right? And keep it with yourself. Keep it with you. Whenever you feel you're down, I think this is a fantastic prayer by Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur. What he says, all right? So, I finding no shot to catch, and thus by the grace of Sadhu, a spiritual preceptor, cry out to Krishna. Cry out to Krishna. Someone is not muted. Okay. Cry. Open your heart and cry to Krishna from the deepest recess of their heart. All right. Now, this is the prayers that I'm going to highlight. Number one, think about it. Take photo and just after that, meditate about it. Whenever you're down, read about it. Number one. The prayers. Oh, Krishna, from the deepest of your heart. I know all of you have muted. Now, please follow after me. You don't need to unmute yourself. Just think, if you're alone, meditate on the statement that I'm going to say, right? So I'm going to say, then let's do it together. Okay? Say it with full emotion. Okay? Cry, 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 cry out to Krishna. Beg Krishna. He says, okay, now let's do it together. Number one. Let's start. Oh, Krishna. Oh, you deliver of the fallen. Deliver of the fallen, Padita Pavana. Although I am your eternal servant, I am fallen into the deep abyss of the world and am badly dashed from shore to shore by its drowning waves of troubles and tribulation. I am fallen into the deep abyss. I fall very deep into this world, the darkness of the world. And I'm badly dashed, whacked up nicely, hit right, hit left, hit top, bottom. From where? Shore to shore. I escape from that shore, run to this shore, I get whacked. And from here, I go to that place, I get whacked. Wherever place I go, I get whacked. If I stay in the middle of the sea, I drown. Oh my God. And how I'm drowning? I'm drowning by the waves. I'm whacked, dashed by the drowning waves of troubles and tribulation. Take me up, my Lord, to the shade of the cool dust of your lotus feet. Oh, have mercy on this wretched self. Then all merciful Lord lovingly takes the jiva up to his feet. Just contemplate on this prayer. Think about it. We are in the dark, deepest well. Who can save us? No one other than Krishna. Open your heart. Cry to Krishna. Please save me, Krishna. I am your eternal servant, but I have fallen into this terrible dark well and I'm getting whacked from shore to shore by the waves of trouble and tribulation. Sometimes the waves hit you, right? From the waves of tribulation. Take me up, my Lord. Take me up. And where do you take me? Put me at the cool dust of your lotus feet. Oh, have mercy on this wretched self. Right? So, by that, you start to see. You can even start to chant. Before you start chanting Hare Krishna, you can even meditate on this prayer. Pray to Krishna. Pray to Prabhupada. Oh, Prabhupada, kindly give me the taste. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm very fed up with this situation. But my mind has been disturbing. Whenever I try to I try to be absorbed in your lotus feet. But the attraction of the mind, my senses are so useless. And they someone other, please, Prabhupada, please take me with you. Give me that boon. Give me the benediction that I could come to the level of being your pure devotee of the Lord. Being pure devotee means what? Because I want to chant, I want to taste the nectar of your holy name. I want to feel very ecstatic love and prema. I don't care anything else. I don't want heaven. I don't want Satyaloka. I don't even want Vaikuntha. I don't even want to come and stay with you. The only thing, give me the prema of the holy name. Give me. Now I'm going to chant Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna, Shladini Shakti, Mother Radha, Krishna. I'm going to chant your holy name. Please give me the taste. I want to chant with full nectar. Then you start chanting. You try and see how it works. It works miracle. Right? So now it's 8:30, 8:26. We take a short 2 minutes break. I want you to think about what we have think. So think about maybe what you can do now. You can take a piece of paper, write your prayer. Right? This is the sample prayer, and I give my sample prayer. Now you write down your sample prayer. You don't need to write a big essay. Just what you want now. Write a simple prayer. And first thing, before you chant Hare Krishna, chant the Guru Mantra, chant the Panchatattva Mantra. Then after that, pray, oh Krishna, what your prayers? Since now, write it now. I give 2-3 minutes. You please write it down. Don't miss that opportunity. I'll do it later. It doesn't work because now the emotion is high. Within that emotion, you are beyond the material perception. Now, write it down, a short prayer, heartfelt prayer. When you say that prayer, your heart should melt, your ears should cry. The tears should flow from your ears. Just think about one prayer, write it down. We just take a few minutes break. Okay, this is very important activity. I want you to write it down. Nanda Devi Mataji done. Okay. Others? Only Nanda Devi Mataji? Still writing? It's supposed to be a short prayer. It's just a short, sharp, heartfelt prayer. Okay. Anybody else have written? Don't need to tell me. Of course, this is supposed to be a secret. All right. It's not. You're not going to tell out what you pray. All right. Gandhi Mataji done. Okay. Others? Maybe still writing. Who's that? Okay.
Yeah,
Someone say something. Who's that?
I done written already.
Who's that? Who's it?
Sarguna
Sar-
Mataji.
Oh,
Sarguna.
Sarguna Mataji. All right. Right. Okay. Okay. Now, what happened? Now, so now with that prayers, okay, just think about it. So when these sincere trills of joy and tears trickling down their cheeks. So when with sincere trills, that means with sincerity, okay, sincere excitement, that it's become a trill of joy, thrill of joy. That means the flow of excitement and tears start to come out from down their cheeks. They constantly chant. See, that's what I'm telling you. What they do? They constantly chant. Hear and remember the name of Krishna. You got it? So it works or not? So as I said, so write down your prayer, which is sincerely write down. All right. Then you can see, you can constantly chant, hear, remember the name of Krishna. What will happen? They gradually reach to the stage of bhava. Okay. Now appearing in the heart. Appearing in the heart, once you go to the stage of heart, then appearing in the heart, Krishna erases all the stain. He will start to bring a big rubber eraser and start to erase all the stain from their mind. And the mind becomes purified. Right? Okay. Now, having thus cleansed their heart graciously. Right? Then after that, he cleansed their heart graciously. Right? He just cleaned all the heart. Then after that, he blesses them with his own prema. And that's when he starts to bless you with his own prema. So, extreme humbleness and utter devotion are necessary to call Krishna to the heart. Please underline these statements. So how are we going to call Krishna? What are the necessary things to call Krishna? First thing is extreme humbleness. You are humble, but you have to be extremely humble. Then with full of devotion, utter devotion, these two things are required, right? Sometimes when we feel our heart is as hard as a stone, so the prayer that you're going to write it down, utter it before you start to chant. The thing that you have written should be heartfelt prayer. Heartfelt prayer. When you're just going to say that prayer, you start to feel the thrill of excitement. And you start to feel that the tears will start to flow from your eyes. Right? Because that prayer is from your heart. All right? It doesn't matter. That's why I just don't want you to share. Please keep this as a secret. Don't go and show people that. Look at my prayer. Don't ever share it anyone. Not even to me. Don't even send the message to me. Or this is what I prayed. I do not need to know. That is your personal relationship between you and Krishna. Right? So what happened after that? And then when earthly knowledge, reasoning, that means the earthly knowledge, the reasoning and striving are completely burnt to ashes. Earthly knowledge, all the knowledge about the things that all that scientific knowledge, all this nonsense. Then reasoning, that means the logic. And working on it, striving for karma kanda, being a millionaire, multi-millionaire success. What happened? All these completely burnt to ashes. All these completely burnt to ashes, then the soul's eyes can perceive Bhagavan. What does that mean? So that means your soul of your eye, soul's eye can perceive, you can see, understand is the Lord and his associated counterparts. Not only you can see him, but also his associated counterparts like the Sakis, Manjaris, and all the pure devotees. You start to realize after this, you only associate. You go out, you go meet people, you only meet some or other, you stumble upon a pure devotee of Krishna. You know, you don't no longer become another random person. Okay? Then, after discarding the company of an asat follower, see, as I say just now, discarding the company of asat, that means asat, sat means spiritual, asat means non-spiritual. Or in other words, after discarding the company of non-devotee fellows, those who are attached to the fair sex and those who are non-devotee of Krishna, right? So what is the thing? That means who's that asat fellows? The one attached to the fair sex, that means opposite sex. Then those who are non-devotee of Krishna. So what happened when you discard, when you throw these people out? Then one embraces the company of a good or sat. Sat means devotee association. You start to embrace the company of good people, good devotee, and auspicious devotees. All right? Before long, all right? So before long, he attains firm faith. All right? Before long, then before that, before quite some time, he attains the firm faith. All right? What is a firm faith? And then through the stages of nishta, firmness, all right? Firm. Through the stages of nishta, etc. The ladder, what happened? He reaches the ladder of power. First is bhajana kriya, nishta, ruchi, like that, go step by step, right? You come through the stages of, and through the nishta, then slowly you climb the ladder to bhava. Those hearts are crooked. Those hearts are crooked. I mean, those people with crooked heart will, beyond any doubt, stumble downstairs to hell. Okay? Those hearts are crooked. Those people with a crooked heart, crooked, will beyond any doubt. There's no doubt about it. They will stumble downwards. They fall downwards to hell. So far, so good. If you follow me, please put a thumbs up. If not, stop me and ask me a question. Okay. Right, great. Okay. Now, Now, after that, the fortunate ones who earnestly long to ascend. The fortunate ones, that means those who are very lucky one, who always earnest to attend. That means they are looking forward to ascend. That means to go up. Ascending means going up. Descending, coming down. Ascend. Go up. Go up where? To the terrace of Prema. So that means to the place of Prema. Terrace means place. Place of Prema. So what they do? Sincerely and incessantly. Sincerely. That means they sincerely. Incessant means flow. It's completely flowing. That means there's nothing that cannot stop. It just continues like this, the water, river, incessantly flow. Can you stop the river from flowing? No, you can't. It just keep flowing. So, sincerely, incessantly, what they do? Chant the name of Krishna. Where? In the company of sadhus. All right? So, these are the people who will go up to the terrace of prema. Okay? Then, they do not have any appetite. They don't have any appetite. Appetite means they don't have any kind of interest for any other features of devotion. Other kind of feature of devotion, they do not have any appetite. That means they don't have that kind of desire. Okay. When in a short time by the grace of the holy name, all right, when in a short time, okay, the word that we should understand, short time by the grace of the holy name, that means by the blessings of the name, the heart becomes closely attentive. It becomes closely attentive, very attentive. The fruits of religious forbearance, all right, the fruits of religious forbearance, control over sensual appetites, religious observance, withholding the breath by the way of religious austerity, abstract religious contemplation, steady abstraction of the mind, and indifference to the external impression are very easily gained without paying a least heed to any of these. Oh, look at that English, Krishna. They just translated from his old English 120 years ago. All right, now let me explain. So the first thing, okay, let me get this one. All right, okay. Okay, number one. So in a short time, by the grace of the holy name, by the blessings of holy name, the heart becomes closely attentive. They become very attentive. Closely attentive means they are not paying attention to the fruits of religious forbearance. Right? The fruit of religion, that means all the karma kanda. I do this fire sacrifice. I do this prayer to achieve some kind of things. I give that up. What I'll do? I will reject this. Right? Then I also reject what? The control over sensual appetites. Okay, what does that mean? Control over sensual appetite. That means I do not over sensual appetite means I perform Astanga yoga. That means I am doing these kind of things to control my senses. All right. So I don't do this anymore. All right. Control over sensual appetites. Okay. It's a kind of yogi practice. Then after that, what I did, I stopped any kind of religious observance. Right. So I do this prayer. Okay. Now this, say like for instance, okay. Now, for instance, now you're performing some kind of activity. You do some kind of religious observance. Means I go to India, I go take bath in Ganga. To this for what? For some kind of benefit. Then I also stop withholding the breath by the way of religious austerity. Pranayama, you know that? Close. Then blow. It's a kind of religious austerity. Then after that, I also like abstract religious contemplation. Abstract. So what is that? That means it's a abstract religious contemplation is like Mayavadi philosophy and all these kind of things. You know that what they call Jnana Kanda. Right? Then steady abstraction of the mind. That means steady abstraction of the mind. Sorry, this is not the thing, right? Right. Then what happened? By doing all that, then also by steady abstraction, then we perform all these, we also need that steady abstraction of the mind. Okay, the mind should be very steady in the abstraction, all right, in the differences. Then indifference to external impression. They become indifferent. That means when they look at a Mercedes car, or when they see a diamond, or they see a gold, or they see a one stack of 10,000 ringgit in front of them, they are not attracted. They are indifferent. Whether they see a millionaire, they see a pauper, they are very indifferent. They don't say. You know, like sometimes when you see a rich man, kowtow. It's okay. Because I want to make some money. When I see a poor man, what do you want? Let's go. They don't do that. Indifference to external impression. Okay. So all these are good qualities. Okay. So steady abstraction of the mind, right? Indifference to external impression. All these things, what happened? All these things becomes very easily gained. All these things can easily gain without paying a least heed. That means what? All these easily gain even without even bothering them. You're not even bothered. You're not bothered for fruitive and religious forbearance. You are not bothered about control over senses. You are not bothered about religious observance. You are not even bothered about holding the breath. You are not even bothered about abstract religious contemplation. You are not bothered about steady abstraction of the mind. You are not trying to do that. You are not even indifference of the external impression. You don't even think. But you know what? When you practice this Krishna consciousness, when you chant the name of Krishna, all these things very easily gain without even bothering them. So by default, you will achieve them. So what is understood here? I do not need to think of doing all these things independently. I just perform Harinam Bhajan. Everything is granted to me by default. You understand? I give you one example. My uncle, who made me a devotee, His Grace Ratna Bahu Chaitanya Das. Right? Ratna Bahu Chaitanya Das. He is an Indian citizen, but of course he's been in Malaysia, and of course he was doing that spare part business, my family business and all this. They're all in the same clan. So he is not very educated person. He's not so educated. The only thing he knows to read and write Tamil, and also to balance up the accounts, because he's a multi-millionaire businessman. He's a millionaire, big-time businessman, right? He's a multi-millionaire. But education-wise, zero. He only knows how to sell the parts, buy the truck, break into pieces. He knows how to sell. He knows how to take money, and money, he learned how to buy property in India and also in Malaysia, and like that. He's very rich, very, very rich. His father is even richer. So he inherited the business, he expanded, he became a very rich person. So during school time, even the teacher used to knock his head because he's so stupid. He cannot understand things beyond anything else. என்ன மக்குன்னு மண்டையில கொட்டுவாங்க. பணம் இருந்தா போதுமா? You got money enough. You don't know all these. He's just like, he's that kind of person. A very mediocre person. But after that, he became a Krishna devotee. All right? The first person in my clan, the Chettiar clan, to become a Krishna devotee. And after that, he made me to become a devotee. I'm the second. So that's how. And he, what happened to him? He donated the land. That ISKCON Madurai. If any of you been to Madurai, India, the ISKCON Madurai, the land was belonged to him. He gave to the temple, to build the temple. And ISKCON Madurai is exactly in the middle of a busy junction. That property worth millions, he gave it to them. Right? That's why when I became a devotee, the whole community became very upset. They think that I'll be another crazy person like him to give up things. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, give up his business in Malaysia, everything. He went back to India. After he went back to India, he started to practice bhakti and this. So my mother sometimes will say, oh, that fellow, his real name is Ratna Bahu Chettiar. Ratna Bahu, that fellow is, not Ratna Bahu, sorry. Ratna Sabhabadi. His real name is Ratna Sabhabadi. He is not so educated, this and that, this and that. But today, he preached in one of the finest university in South India, the University of Madurai, Madurai State University. Madurai University is one of the finest university in India. He preached in university. He's one of the visiting professor to the university. Where did he get the intelligence from? He just simply chant Hare Krishna and all the things came to him by default. This one example, and he doesn't know how to chant softly. He always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Entire 16 rounds. He chant very loudly. So when in the temple, we can hear the sound dissipating. That means we know he went far. Then from far, when we hear the sound coming near, the sound is becoming increased. We know he's walking back. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We just take the japa beats and start to walk around. Hare Krishna, Krishna. This is the same exact voice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. He doesn't know how to chant slowly. And look at the transformation start to happen. This is one example. Because the holy name alone is complete. Complete suspension of the fleeting mental operations. So the entire fleet of mental operation, all the ideas and all the knowledge that whatever you can think of, right? Only the holy name is the complete suspension of the fleeting mental operation. The more the heart is transparent, the more diverse pastime of the spiritual kingdom play in it. Transparent means what? The heart is so clean. You can start to see the pastimes of the spiritual kingdom start to play in the heart. Now, the flow of the milk of this happiness, the flow is so very fast. It's so fast running that no other means can give even the smallest drop of it. It goes so fast, there's no other means that can give even the smallest drop of it. Okay? So you can't even catch it. It moves so fast. So the jiva should desire no other wealth than the grace of Krishna. Okay? The holy name is spiritual. The holy name is wisdom. Spiritual means what? It has wisdom, vows, meditation, abnegation, mental quietness, virtue, contrivance. None of these can ever equal to the name. That means, what does it mean? The holy name is spiritual. That means when you talk about wisdom, all right, we talk about vows, we talk about meditation. Okay, we talk about meditation. Then we talk about abnegation. Abnegation means what? Abnegation means act of renouncing and rejecting. We act of renouncing or rejecting something, often involving self-denial. All right? That means, in other words, describe the rejection, political power, practice a self-sacrifice. Okay, anyway. Okay? That means abnegation means what? How does it mean? It means to act of renouncing. That means act of renouncing. That means renouncing the world. Mental quietness, virtue. All right? Then okay. Then contrivance. Contrivance means what? Something created, device with skill or ingenuity. Okay. Contrivance means something that is referred to something created or devised with skill or ingenuity, often for a specific purpose. Example, a mechanical device. An umbrella is a contrivance designed to keep us dry, right? So that means we create something. That means as a scientist or whatever, intelligent, okay? We create things, contrivance. All these things, none of these, all right? So it says none, oh, sorry. So, okay. None of these things can ever equal the name. All these things can never come near to the holy name. Can never come equal. Know it for certain. Know it for certain that the holy name is the highest salvation. Highest salvation, holy name. The holy name is the highest end. The holy name is the noblest of final beatitude. Right? So it's the noblest of the final beatitude. Okay, let me see. So that means the holy name is the highest salvation. It can save you. That's the only thing. Highest. The holy name is the highest end. There's nothing beyond that. The holy name is the noblest of final beatitude. Beatitude means what? The supreme blessed or supreme happiness. You got it? The word beatitude means, okay? Beatitude means supreme blessedness or supreme happiness. Okay? So that means the holy name is the noblest, it's so divine, and it's a final, it's the one that gives you the highest form of blessings. The holy name existing eternally. The holy name alone is the supermost devotion. Is the supermost devotion, the holy name. Then, the holy name is the highest intellect. The holy name is the topmost priti. Mercy. And the holy name is the brightest remembrance. The holy name is the seed, and the holy name is the fruit. The holy name is the seed, and the holy name is also the fruit. Two jivas. The holy name is their Lord for the jiva, for the living entity. The holy name is their Lord, is Krishna. And the holy name alone is supermost object of their worship. The holy name is their supermost object. It's the highest object of their worship. And the holy name is their preceptor. The holy name is the spiritual master, preceptor. Any questions so far? Are you all following me? Thumbs up if you all are following me. Good.
Yes, Prabhu.
Right. So how many rounds you chanted today, Itikash?
Normally I do 21, 21 above.
Huh?
21 above.
What do you mean 21 above?
The chanting round.
Yeah, you must be specific. 21 or 22?
Sometimes 40, 50, something like that.
Hey, you said 21, now you're saying 40, 50? I'm talking about rounds. Chanted today.
Yeah, rounds. Today I made 30 rounds.
How many?
30.
30. Ah, good.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So
Normally me and Mama go to hospital in the bus, do chanting.
good, good, good. So
Even
Itikash is a person who achieved a great miracle. Remember, I told you the person who healed his body. So he's the person, right? All right. So now you all understand the holy name is powerful. The Vedas have described the spirituality of the name of Krishna. The Vedas have described the spirituality of the name of Krishna to be the highest truth. To be the highest truth. Now, another prayer. What it says, O Lord, we have reasonably judged your name to be higher than the highest. Right? Please underline this statement. Right? If not, take a snapshot after I highlight, completing highlight. Oh Lord, we have reasonably judged your name to be higher than the highest. So we chant your holy name. Nama Bhajan is not bound by any rule of the holy name. Right? Nama Bhajan is not bound by any rule of the holy name. He is beyond all virtues act. He is spiritual. Who is spiritual? The holy name is spiritual. He is virility and luster in a person. All the Vedas have been manifested from this holy name. The holy name is bliss. The holy name is Ananda. We can excellently be devoted to him. The holy name is worship and is to be worshipped. Your feet are to be held in veneration. Veneration, you know, right? With all reverence, with so much of prayers. Repeatedly we fall, prostrate at your lotus feet. Prostrate means what? Fall flat at your lotus feet and anoint our bodies with the pollen thereof. What is anoint? That means we take the dust, we put around. That means the tilak. I'm anointing my head with tilak. Okay, that means applying on. Even you take the black color, you know, mai, or what they call mascara. When you put the thing, anointing the thing with mascara. This is called anointing. So now anoint our bodies with the pollen. With the pollen means the dust thereof, in order to lead the soul to its higher stage. Devotees mutually discuss the holy name and sing his glory. They believe your name is to be Chaitanya in a person. All right? Your name to be Chaitanya. Chaitanya means, Chaita means inside. Chaitanya means the person inside. Okay, in the heart. They believe your name is to be Chaitanya in a person. And always sing and hear Kirtan, which is identical with your name. They are purified by it. The holy name alone is Sat. Sat means or ever existing. The essence of the Vedas is the holy name, who is the absolute truth and whose form is Satchit Ananda. All right? Satchit Ananda means what? Okay. The form who is Satchit Ananda. That means Sat means ever existing. Chit means knowing or knowledge. Ananda means all bliss. O Vishnu, it is only by the grace of your name that we are capable of offering these high hymns to you. We should adore and pray at your holy name alone. So this is something which is very good to keep as a prayer. So I make it reduce so that you can, if you those don't have a book, you can take a photo. Right? Wait, before that, let me delete this, please. Right. Please take photo snapshot. Right? Oh Lord, we have reasonably judged your name to be the higher than the highest. And we chant your holy name. Nama Bhajan is not bound by any rule of the holy name. He is beyond all virtues act. He is spiritual, his virility and luster in a person. All the Vedas have been manifested from this holy name. Oh, the holy name is bliss. The holy name is Ananda. We can excellently be devoted to him. The holy name is worshipable and is to be worshipped. Your feet are to be held in veneration. Repeatedly, we fall prostrate at your lotus feet and anoint our bodies with the pollen thereof. In order to lead the soul to the higher stage, devotees mutually discuss the holy name and sing his glories. They believe your name to be Chaitanya in person and always sing and hear Kirtana, which is identical with your name. And they are purified by it. The holy name alone is Sat, or ever existing. The essence of the Vedas is the holy name, who is absolute truth, whose form is Satchit Ananda, ever existing, knowing, and Ananda, bliss. O Vishnu, it is only by the grace of your name that we are capable of offering these hymns to you. So we should adore and pray to your holy name alone. So you snapshot this. If you have a book, if you have photocopied, you can what they call highlight or just underline everything. So what do you do? Keep this prayer with you. After you complete your rounds, first you put your heartfelt prayer. Now, after you complete your rounds, say your target 16 rounds, 20 rounds, 30 rounds, 64 rounds, whatever target. Once you complete your rounds, say this prayer. Say the prayer in gratitude that you are very fortunate to have this holy name. And you are very lucky. Say the prayers with gratitude. Any questions so far? I believe that it's some of you are in ecstasy, right? You all got me? Thumbs up. Great. Susan Mataji is there, is it? She's not here, is it? Great. Okay, now. So now, okay, it's already 9. What time I told you? 9 or 9:30 here? 7:30 to 9:30 or 7:30 to 9? Is it okay if I continue? Hare Krishna. Ami Pivan. Is it okay if I to continue or should I stop? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
10, Prabhu.
8, 9, 10. Oh, there's another 10 more pages only. All right. Is it okay? We continue? 10, huh? Okay. We can just simply read, but of course, now you see a lot of prayers are coming in. It's going to be very, very nice prayers. All right, now. So in his own glorious precept, okay, in his own 8 glorious precepts, that means Shikshastaka, the 8 verses, Sriman Mahaprabhu has spoken of the glories of the holy name. Right? He has spoken of the glories of the holy name in Shikshastaka, the 8 precepts. We only give 8 instructions. He has also given the glimpse of the gradual steps. He also showed the glimpse, how to go step by step of Nama Bhajan in those 8 precepts. Right? In that 8 verses, he also showed that. So number 1. So his sloka beginning with considering yourself humbler than the grass. The first thing is considering yourself to be humbler. That means you're more humble than the grass. This is the hint at how to adore the holy name. All right? So that is how to adore, how to appreciate the holy name after avoiding the 10 offenses. All right? After the 10 offenses we studied before, after avoiding them, so now how to adore. All right? We have to be humble than the grass. His sloka, followers or money I want not. So at place, that's why another thing he says in sloka, he says, I don't want any follower, I don't want any money. Right? So what understood there? He speaks of the selflessness of Nama Bhajan. Okay, he spoke about selflessness. That means he doesn't want any follower, he doesn't want any money. That means he's not selfish. He's talking about selflessness. That means he's not selfless, right? Of Nama Bhajan in devotional spirit of devotion. The devotional spirit of in devotion. So unactuated by any lustful motive. All right, unactuated. That means he also says he doesn't want a beautiful woman in that verse. Right? If one day we see, maybe we can have a special session to discuss in that 8 Shikshastaka. Anyway, okay. The sloka, also there's another sloka says, O son of Nanda, that means he's addressing Krishna. Tell us how to make a plaintive report to the Lord. How to make a plaintive, how to make a report. The last 2 slokas describe the process of Raja Bhajan, where one loves Krishna to serve him either in Sambhoga, that means either they like to take in Sambhoga union, or in Vipralamba rasa, deeper union in separation. Right? He said in that verse, we understand, there's a verse says, one day, one moment of not seeing you, I feel like 12 years. One moment that I'm not seeing you, I feel like I'm missing you for 12 years. So what it says, Vipralamba rasa. Vipralamba means you are very deeply united, you're so attached, but you are separated. All right, Vipralamba. So he said about two, that means Sambhoga, union, and Vipralamba, being union, but still in separation. Right? Like sometimes we see, right? People who are working in overseas, I mean, they're so attached to the wife, deeply united with the wife, but they're living in separation. The husband is in one country, there's another. So how the thing? So there's, of course, there's a mundane, but we are talking about Vipralamba rasa, the spiritual part. Right? Then also in both after being completely and spontaneously attached to Srimati Radharani. The Shastra have eulogized so highly and so often the glories of the holy name. So what the Shastras, the Vedic literature have eulogized. Eulogized means highly praised. Eulogy. Eulogy, highly praised. So highly and so often the glories of the holy name that their number is legend to describe. The number cannot be described. How many times they have said? It is cannot be described. Describe them to write a big volume, right? Like Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas, right? So sometimes when you number in is legion to describe a legion, or a number is legion means that means it's very huge. Legion means very big, huge, and to describe them is to write a big volume. That means you would end up writing a big volume. Example like Sri Hari Bhakti Vilas. So we hardly have any more space in this small volume to discuss them at length, right? So Bhakti Vinod Thakur said, we hardly have any space now in this small volume to discuss them at length. Thus, stopping here with the glories of the holy name, we attempt a very short survey of the process of Nama Bhajan. So, this is Bhakti was saying, now we stop here. Stopping here with the glories of the holy name, we attempt a very short survey. That means he attempted a short survey of the process of Nama Bhajan. So, devotee who are desirous of ascending, that means devotee who plan to go up to the terrace of Prema, want to go to Prema, should remember few points even before entering the field of Nama Bhajan. Right? You must remember the few points. Okay, now we have spoke about this Nama Bhajan, the essay, right? The essay here. So try to remember few points. Firstly, the first thing what he suggests, firstly, they should know for certain that form of Krishna, that the form of Krishna, the form of Krishna's name, the form of service to Krishna, the form of Krishna's servant are eternally free, eternally spiritual. Please underline this statement. All right? What he says, first you should know for certain that the form of Krishna, the form of the Krishna's name, the form of service to Krishna, the form of Krishna's servants, like a spiritual master, are eternally free and spiritual. We must remember this. They are forever free and spiritual. Okay? Number 2. Right? Krishna is abode. That means Krishna, his place, and paraphernalia. That means his items used. That means dress and everything. Paraphernalia. Paraphernalia means items. That means the items of worship, the dress, you're dressing up, or that means all the equipment, paraphernalia, all the items. Paraphernalia means items. Are all spiritual and beyond the grasp of Maya. All these things are spiritual and beyond the catch of Maya, the illusory energy. Another thing that we should remember, no mundane consideration exists in seva or service. No mundane consideration. Even you going to the temple and washing the toilet, all right, it is not to say it's mundane thing, a dirty thing. No. There's no mundane consideration exists in seva or in service. The seat, room, garden, forest, Yamuna river, and every other thing of Krishna are spiritual and hence untouchable by matter. We must remember that. So next time when you go to India, with this correct knowledge, now we start to see. That means the seat, the room, the garden, the forest, the Yamuna river, or every other thing of Krishna are spiritual and is untouchable. Sometimes when you go there, we see, oh, why the place looks so dirty, the monkey is terrorizing, sometimes we can see. But actually, you must remember, all these cannot be touched by matter. So when you can't see, it means what? Your eyes in avidya, ignorance. Just like chanting the holy name is what? Just simply H-A-R-E, K-R-I-S-H-N-A. What's the big deal? But to say it, you must have the taste. Just a simple words, but you need to have the taste. That means you shouldn't have avidya, you shouldn't have ignorance in your tongue. Similarly, when you go to these kind of holy places, when you start to see a lot of things, why this, why that, dirty and everything, that means your eyes are under avidya. We must remember that, because here it says that all these untouchable by the matter, they are further aware that the fact that they believe it is not blind worldly faith. All right, further aware that the fact that this belief, that this kind of belief is not a blind worldly faith. We are not a sentimental fools who take things sentimentally and believe blindly. All right, so it is absolutely true and eternal. All these things is completely true and is completely eternal. The exact form of all these do not in truth manifest on this earth. The exact form of these, that means all these exact form, do not in truth, it's not truth manifest on this earth. Such ideas may perpetually reign in the pure heart of the pure devotees. That means what? So that means it doesn't appear, but it's only perpetually reign. That means it stays in the heart of a pure devotee. Here, the fruit of all this spiritual practice is self-realization. Please underline this powerful statement. Right? The spiritual practice is self-realization. Right? When you start to see things, beautiful things in Vrindavan, Mayapur, or you start to see some beautiful things in a devotee and everything, all these things is through the self-realization. Those who have realized the form of Krishna, those who realize the form of Krishna, as well as their own self, those who have realized the form of Krishna, as well as of their own self, they also realize their own self, do before long attain Vastu Siddhi. All right? That means it's not far away for them to attain that Vastu Siddhi. And what is the Vastu Siddhi means? Enter the eternal pastime of Krishna in the spiritual kingdom and gain personal service of Krishna. Here in this world, devotee can only get a glimpse of those immaterial things. So in this material world, the devotee only can get a small glimpse, just a small glimpse of those immaterial, all the spiritual things. Immaterial means spiritual. The first stage is freedom from the bondage of Maya and the climax of prema. The first stage is to get freedom from Maya and to see the climax of prema. Okay, I hope you all are following me. The realization of truth that are beyond the grasp of matter. This truth is beyond the understanding of the matter is called Swarupa Siddhi. Swarupa Siddhi, that means your original form. The realization beyond the grasp of matter is called Swarupa Siddhi. This is the true knowledge of the relationship between Krishna and the Jivas. It's a true knowledge. But when this thing is acquired, that means you start to understand your original self. When you acquire the thing, the endeavor of prema as the means and the prema is the object of pursue are gained. All right. So when we understand that the endeavor for prema, that means our goal for prema, and the prema as the goal will will be achieved. The spiritual region of Krishna, Goloka, his spiritual name, Nama Bhajan, his divine attributes, that means his pastime, his lila, is the way he looks, the form, all right, and his activity, attribute activity, and spiritual pastime, all these being the necessary object for pursuit come under prema. So all these things are, that means first is what they call the place of Krishna, Goloka, the holy name, the Krishna's activity, and Krishna's pastime. All these things is necessary stuff. Okay, to work on it for a person to come under prema. All right, this is delineated. This is delineated in Prashnopanishad. There's another Veda called Prashnopanishad. Okay. So now the holy name has been accepted in all respect, to be an incarnation of Krishna on this earth. Although he seems to be just a word, as I say just now, H-A-R-E, but still he is unimaginable powers. He is spiritual and is special incarnation of Krishna. And as Krishna and his name are identical, Krishna has descended to the earth. He came down as the holy name. All right. Sometimes, you know, what happened? Say sometimes ambassador or a what they call representative or duta, the duta, right? Representative. When they come, okay, say they come, they say like in those days, they come in the name of the king. I declare that this is going to be the new rules in the name of the queen. So imagine even a mundane human being name carries such a power in the name of the king, in the name of the queen. Of course, in Malaysia, we don't practice that. Okay. In the name of the Agong, they don't do that. Something they say, Paduka Bagina, something like that. So in the name of the king, in the name of the queen. But just imagine, in the name of the Lord. So Krishna has descended to the earth as the holy name. Krishna's name is the first introduction to Krishna. Can you imagine? Krishna's name is the first introduction to Krishna. So now, after that, what Bhakti Vinod essay, what he says? With determination to reach Krishna. When we are determined, Jivas must first accept the name of Krishna. When you want to go back to Krishna, first we must accept the name of Krishna. In attempting to determine the significance, all right, in attempt to determine the significance and origin of Harinam, okay, the significance, just to make sure the significance and the name, origin of Harinam. So Srila Gopala Guru Goswami, the dearest disciple of Sri Swarup Damodara Goswami writes, what he says, blessed are they, no doubt, who utter Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, even with indifference. So Sri Gopala Guru Goswami is the dearest disciple of Sri Swarup Damodara Goswami. Sri Swarup Damodara Goswami, I think, is disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He writes, blessed are they, no doubt. That means people are very blessed without doubt. Who utter, that means who say, who chants, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, even with indifference. Even with indifference means even playfully. Okay, this verse curled from Agni Purana. That means this verse has been taken from Agni Purana. So now he says, those who chant the holy name are free from spot of sin, from every spot of sin. It's mentioned in Brahmanda Purana. This uttering of Hare Krishna coming out from the lips of Sri Chaitanya, inundated, that means the whole world. Inundated means what? It drowned the whole world with the flood of prema. Okay, make the whole world drown. Okay, the whole world drown. Okay, now, so glory is to the holy name by his will. Glory to be the holy name by his will. Hence, Sriman Mahaprabhu, as mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita and the Chaitanya Bhagavata, himself sang and taught jivas to count the 16 names, of 32 syllable on Tulsi beads. Right? What does this mean? So, chanting the 16 names with 32 syllables. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna. So, you divide the 16 to 2, it is 32. So, this is answers the question that day, I think the Sadguna Mataji, someone asked, can I say Ram? When you don't say Ram, when you say Ram, you swallow the A, you don't fulfill the 32. So, Rama, Rama. Okay, Hare, Rama, Rama, Rama. And then Rama, Rama, Hare, Hare. That means there's 4 Rama. So you swallow the word behind. That means you're not doing 32. You're doing 28 syllables. Must be very careful. So he taught the jivas to count the 16 names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Of 32 syllables on Tulsi beads. Sri Gopala Guru Goswami explained the 16 names in the following way. Now, this is something very confidential that he's going to explain the 16 names. Now, please pay attention to this very closely. Number 1. I get this. All right. Number 1. Okay. Okay. Wow, I don't think so. I can stop. This is so nice. It's 9:26. Krishna. Wait. So nice. All right, now let's look at this. We do this. Sri Gopala Guru Goswami explained the 16. Explain the 16 names in the following way. All right, now pay close attention. Number 1. At the utterance of the Hari. Everyone, are you paying attention? Please put a thumbs up. Or you want a short break before we go here? Go to this important stuff. Oh, Rusan
Yes, Prabhu.
Mataji. Okay. Or okay. Everyone okay, huh?
Yeah.
Shall we take a short break? Just 1 minute break. You want to like clear up your mind?
Yes. Yes,
Can
Prabhu.
Prabhu, can Prabhu.
Because what I'm going to explain to you now, it's going to be very, 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 very important. Everyone is back.
Yes, Prabhu.
So now, let's pay important. Okay, let's look at this very carefully. Yeah. So let me remove all the right. The yellow is clearer, right? Okay. So now, let's look at this. So Sri Gopala Guru Goswami explained the 16 names in the following way. Number 1. At the utterance of Hari, when we just say Hari, all sins are washed from the heart of the wicked. When we just say the word Hari, all the sins are washed from the heart of the wicked people. Imagine in Malaysia, every day we are saying Hari. Hari apa? Hari Kamis, Hari Rabu. And there's also a shopping center called Hari Hari. You know, just say, at the utterance, that means at the moment the person say Hari, all sins are washed from the heart of the wicked. So example, as the flame will burn the finger even though unconsciously thrust into fire. Just sometimes when the child don't know, the fire will burn, put the thing, it burns. The fire cannot say, oh child, innocent child touching, so there's no fire. So similarly, even very casually pronounced holy name will burn every beat, even casually pronounced holy name. That means casually means without even paying attention to the holy name. Even by saying Hari, 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 Hari Kamis, Hari Rabu, Hari Raya, all right, what he says, the casually pronounced name, will burn every bit of sin within you. Okay, imagine when you do it carefully. After that, holy name of the Lord manifests the absolute truth. Then he manifests the absolute truth, the form of Satchit Ananda. Right? That's when the form of Chit Ananda. That means eternal, full of knowledge, and Ananda, beautiful. Chit means full of knowledge. Ananda means beautiful. All right? The absolute truth. That means Krishna start to manifest the thing. When that thing is manifested, what happened? It destroys avidya or illusion. Avidya. Illusion means ignorance. So it removes avidya, ignorance, and its works. So not only it removes that avidya, ignorance, along with the work of ignorance, all destroyed. So far, so good. All this work, all this is the work of Harinama. Or as he takes off the threefold pangs of miseries, as he takes off, he means who? Krishna. You see the H with capital, that means Krishna. Or as he takes off, he take off the threefold pangs of misery. All right, what is the threefold pangs of the misery? All right, the threefold of pangs. That means, what, Lisha?
Adi Bhautika,
Adi Bhautika, Adi Atmika,
Devika, and Adi
Adi Daivika.
Daivika. Adi Daivika, Adi Bhautika. Another one is
Adi Atmika. Adi Daivika.
Adi Daivika,
Atmik,
Adi Atmika.
Atmik, Adi Atmika. First suffering from the Devas. That means the now hot sun, suddenly rain, natural catastrophe. Adi Atmika means from our own mind. We go into depression, suffering. And Adi Bhautika means the suffering come from what they call the fellow human being or the viruses and all these things. All right, the threefold of miseries. So he takes off, he removes that threefold pangs, pang, the slap. Okay, threefold slap of miseries, distresses, and affliction. He is therefore called Hari. What Hari means? Literally, this word LIT means literally to steal away. Hari means to steal away. All right? Or Hari is so called. It's also called because it drives out all the threefold distresses at every animate and inanimate being. So it's not only remove the threefold distress to every animate. Animate means the thing that's moving like this. Inanimate like the plant, the tree, the stones. Inanimate. It removes all. Okay? Or because the mind of the 14 worlds, the mind of 14 worlds, that means from Brahma Loka up to down Patala Loka. What happened? The mind of the 14 world, charmed by hearing and singing the spiritual attributes of Hari. Or he by his exceedingly beauty before the loveliness of the beauty of 1,000 cupid. Okay, he exceeds his beauty before the loveliness and beauty of 1,000 cupid. That's why Krishna is known as Madan Mohan, the one who even attracts the cupid, which causes these to hide their face in shame. Even the cupid comes stand in front of Hari, they feel ashamed. Wow, how come this person is more beautiful than me? He also what? Fascinates all men and incarnations. He fascinates every man and incarnation. And also he is called as Hari, which in the vocative case, in the vocative, Hari, in the vocabulary, the way that we pronounce, okay, in pronology, they call it pronology or vocative case is pronounced as Hare. You got it? Now the word Hari alone, just see how much of wonders it can create. So far, so good? Thumbs up. If you don't understand, we do it again. Great. All right. Okay. So pronounce as Hare. Or again, according to the views of Brahma Samhita, the song sung by Lord Brahma, Brahma Samhita, she who fascinates the mind of Hari. That means even Hari is fascinating, but there's a lady who fascinates the mind of Hari. By how? By her prema, by her love, swarupa, by her form, by her attachment and love. Is also called Hara. And who is that Hara? She is Srimati Radhika. You all understand? First we see Hari, who is very attractive, can kill all the things, he attracts all the things, all the things we have learned just now. Right? And that Hari is called, pronounced called Hara. Hare, Hara. And also, I'm sorry, the pronoun Hari, we call as Hare. But there's another view. In Brahma Samhita, it says that there's a lady who fascinates the mind of Hari. Even Hari is beautiful, but even there's a lady who fascinates the beauty. Right? How she fascinates Hari? By her prema, by her affection and love, by her look, swarupa, and by her attachment, and also by her love. And that lady got the name Hara. And who is that Hara? And who is that lady? She's none other than Srimati Radhika, the daughter of Vrishabhanu. So again, the vocative case of Hara is also called as Hare. Just imagine that one word Hare got so many meanings. So far, so good? Thumbs up?
It's the Brahman Samhita.
What is it,
Is it-
Mataji?
Is it the song Brahman Samhita?
Brahma Samhita is actually what you call Brahma Samhita is actually what they call the literature. I mean, is spoken, the instruction by Lord Brahma. It's not a song. You're talking about a song, right? Govindam Adi Purusham. Is that one you're asking?
Yeah, you say it's a song.
Huh?
You say it's a Brahman song, Brahman Samhita.
See, everybody sings like Bhagavad Gita, songs of Krishna. So, in other words, I use that word, but Brahma Samhita means the instructions of Lord Brahma. That's the oldest Veda. And the entire Brahma Samhita disappeared, gone, because it's very old. First, everything's disappeared. So Lord Chaitanya went to South India. There's a place called Adi Keshava Temple. And there, at the river bank of Tamara Bharani, he only found chapter 5. All the other chapters disappeared. He only found the chapter 5. Okay, Mataji?
Okay.
So we also have that book Brahma Samhita. We also have that book by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. That book is extremely heavy. You know, it's all okay. Now you understand Brahma Samhita?
Okay.
All right, great. Right. So, but do you understand Hare, Hari? First is Hari, which is very attractive, can call as Hari. And the second, the lady who even attracts that Hari, who is Radhika, she is also known as Hari. You understand so far?
Okay.
Everyone get me, eh? All right, just imagine that Srimati Radhika attracts Krishna by her prema, swarupa, attachment and love. So when we just say Hare, we are attracting her prema, swarupa, attachment and love. Okay? Now, so it's also okay. Now, the meaning of Krishna. Let's look at the meaning of Krishna. So according to the views of Agama, Agama means what? Agama means the ritualistic ceremony. Agamya, right? There's a Vedas, Agamya, Agama, the ritual. the ritual part. Okay, the meaning in Krishna, according to that view of Agama, the ritual process, is that Krishna, who is Ananda in the form that attracts every object. So Krishna means the form and attracts Ananda in form. That means he's beautiful in form, Ananda in form, and he attracts every object. He attracts everyone. Okay. Also, he's also Parabrahma. Okay, Krishna. So now, Krishna, in the vocative case, that means Krishna, in the way that we've said, the pronouns is also Krishna. The Agama says, "O goddess," okay, it says, "O goddess," all the Agama says, in Agama Sastra, that means it's the Sastra that talks about ritual. There's a verse says, "O goddess, all guilts and sinful motives." What? All guilts and sinful motive vanish from the heart at the very sound of Ra. So he says, "O goddess, all guilt," that means the guilty feeling, guilt and sinful motive. If I got some sinful motive, simply vanish, disappear from the heart at the very sound of Ra. Okay. Then the door in the form of Ma is attached to the order to shut out this evil. So that means when we say the word Ra, all the sinful motive vanish. But when we say Ma, the door, Ma is attached to it in order to shut out those evil. That means Ma is like a door. Ma is a door that shuts down, that don't allow any this kind of evils to come in. All right. So shut out this evil. That means they keep this evil out. And at the same time, prevent them from re-entering the heart. They don't allow them to come back into the heart. So these together give us the word Rama. Okay. Hare, all attractive. Hari, and this thing. So Krishna is all attractive. Then Ra means what they call that stop you from sinful motive. Ma means to keep all these sinful things outside and prevent them from entering your heart again. So when we combine these two words, we call Rama. Right? So now, the Puranas have further said that Krishna, who is cleverer than the cleverest. Okay, Purana says Krishna is cleverer than the cleverest, more witty than the greatest wit. He's a cheater, he's a great cheater than the cheaters. Who is the presiding deity of all spiritual pastime? He's the presiding deity, he's the main, and who is eternally engaged in spiritual dalliance. He engaged in all kinds of spiritual activity with Sri Radha, is termed also as Rama. You got it? So that means the Purana Krishnas, they say Krishna is cleverer than the cleverest, and is very witty than the wittest, and is the presiding deity of every spiritual pastime. All right, and he eternally engaged in spiritual dalliance, that is spiritual loving affair, is Radha, and is also termed as Rama. Every one of you following me on this? Do you understand or confused? Rusan Mataji, you are my benchmark. If you understand means, I think everyone understands.
Yes.
Good, fantastic. So there's another name for this. So there's another name of this Rama we call as Abhirama. Abhirama means what? The reservoir of all pleasure. The reservoir of all loving pleasure with Radharani, Abhiram. So what we understand from here? Are they really calling the Lord Ram? Is it Lord Ramachandra's name that here, Are Ram? No. That is that loving relationship, Ram. That means the spiritual dalliance with Sri Radha, we understand as Rama. You got it? Everyone, thumbs up if you get it faster, quickly. So we are not referring here as Lord Ramachandra. Here we are talking about Rama Abhiram. Okay, great. Now, devotees who thirst for prema. The devotees who want prema, thirsty for prema, are on the way to it. You are greatly on your way to it. Chant and realize this holy name of Hare Krishna by counting on beads. Gauranga. Chant and realize the holy name of Hare Krishna by counting on beads. Then, while chanting and remembering the name. So now when you chant, what are you going to say? You start to remember Hare. The most, the word Hare, Hari. Hare means also Radha. Krishna, the all attractive. Rama, the one have dalliance relationship with Radhika. So by remembering, counting on the, while chanting and remembering the name, they incessantly remember his spiritual characteristic. That means easily, flowing, remembers the spiritual character by explaining to the mind. That means you explain that to your mind, the meaning of the holy name. In this way, their heart is very soon freed from every spot and become pure and stainless. And with the morning twilight of the holy name, morning twilight means what? Brahma Murta. That means between the dark and the sunrise. The morning twilight of the holy name, as the heart is purified by constant remembrance, the holy name dawns on the horizon of the transparent heart with full shining rays. So that means at the dawn, when the thing rises, the morning twilight of the holy name, as the heart is purified and by constant remembrance, the holy name dawns. That means you start to rise, you start to shine on the horizon of the transparent heart with full shining rays. Those who have accepted the holy name, right? Those who have accepted the holy name are either self-realized devotee or are still trotting towards self-realization. There's only two possibilities. If you have accepted the holy name, you should be a self-realized devotee, or you are trotting, you're working on self-realization. Of these, the latter class of the devotees are divided according to the early and advanced stage. So latter class means, that means those who are in this trotting onwards. That means working on the self-realization. Okay. So these are the, of these, that means there's two, either self-realized or trotting onwards. That means you're working onwards to self-realization. So among these things, the latter class means the one trotting onwards self-realization. Devotees are divided according to their early and advanced stages. All right? It's all divided according to the early and advanced stages. So besides this, other than this, devotees who are eternally free no longer confuse the soul for the body and never identify themselves with the body or mind. In the early stage, that means when you're starting new, right? Maybe during your early stage, devotee begin to chant the name in a fixed number. When you start, okay, maybe I'm chanting 3 rounds a day, 5 rounds a day, 8 rounds, 10 rounds, okay, 16 rounds. But as they gradually increase their counting, 16, 20, 30, 64, 90, 100, 128, they simply start to increase. What? They come to the stage when their tongue does not stop for a moment from the singing the holy name. So now, Sadguna Mataji, now you understand? You asked me the question that day. Do you think your question is answered here? Sadguna Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
So now you understand. We are not rushing, but once
Yes.
the tongue take it, the tongue can never stop. You could easily, what did I say? You can even go up to 192 rounds. Yes or not?
Okay. Yeah, right.
So we are not
Thanks.
faking it.
Thank you.
Once the tongue take it, you cannot stop the tongue.
Oh, okay.
Right? Okay. Although devotees in their first stage have no taste. Initially, when we start to chant, what is so big deal? No taste for the holy name, because their tongues are cholera stricken. Cholera stricken by avidya, cholera stricken. Cholera, or in other words, jaundice. Okay, those are the Bhakti Vinod Thakur, the word cholera sickness. Stricken by ignorance. Still, a patient and continuous utterance. Patient, that means you have to be relaxed. You have to you be patient. First, being patient. And secondly, continually utter the name of the name. Okay, continuous utterance proves to be the only remedy. Later, they feel uneasy. After some time, they feel uneasy if stopped. Anyone, okay? From singing the name. A constant and regretful chanting produces a supreme liking for him. So do any one of you, after you stop the name, you feel very uneasy? Do any one of you feel that? Thumbs up. Not yet, right? All right. Okay. Sooner you're going to have that. When you stop chanting, I feel not nice. You feel very uneasy. You feel like going back to the beach again, right? Okay. Okay, pretty supreme liking, right? So now, okay, we finish this, then we stop. Okay, I think this is the next topic, earnest and this thing. So in the first stage, we can done. Okay, I mean, it's now one. We have half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Roughly, we have 6. 6 means 7 pages, right? I think this is too heavy, the message for now. So we continue again. So I think this is so good, and I can't even stop from not talking about it. So shall we meet again tomorrow to discuss? Is it okay? We meet up tomorrow evening, 7:30 onwards. Is it okay?
Okay, Prabhu.
Can I?
Can.
How about others? Vaishnava Kripa Prabhu, how you feel? Yes, Gunesh, thank you. Nanti Mataji, Nandadevi Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, I'm available.
How do you feel after seeing this?
I even feel like picking up the beats and chanting now itself.
That's good. Very good. How about you, Vaishnava Prabhu?
I'm okay, Prabhu.
Yeah. How do you feel? I mean, after learning this.
I mean, one time you say that's all. Later you say if you don't have completely Rama, you won't get in points.
I didn't say that, Prabhu. Did I say that?
I mean, one place, Prabhu.
Yeah, I didn't say that. The Bhakti Vinod Thakur is saying, right?
Yeah, but sometimes Ra alone is enough.
Imagine Ra alone is enough, Ma alone is enough. But when you're doing attentively, how nice.
Yeah.
See the huge thing, right?
Because it's a trouble with Prabhu. I've been chanting Ram for such a long time. To get the word Rama added, I feel a little bit of discomfort.
Yeah, because you have not chanted Rama before.
Yeah.
You suddenly you say Rama, it's okay. After all, you're not running a race. Try to say utter the word Rama. No big deal, right?
Yeah, can, but it slows you down a lot.
Doesn't matter, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Because that's a question that Sadguna Mataji also asked. Sometimes I feel slow down. Remember that we are not running a race.
Yeah.
We are relishing the name. Huh?
Yeah.
We are relishing the name. Okay. Gandhi Mataji.
Yeah, it's actually I've read this before in the books in Bhagavad Gita. Is the introduction. I think Prabhupada has already given a explanation on what the name is all about. But yeah, but it's good to know. This one is like very detailed, and it's a bit different, I see, from what is in the introduction there. But yeah, basically a lot of people out there, normal people, they feel the word Rama is actually talking about Lord Rama.
Correct.
So with this, maybe I can go out and tell them what exactly.
No, don't do that, Mataji.
What?
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
I never spoke Rama is not Ramachandra from the day one, yes.
Okay.
Did I say that? When
No,
we
no.
did- because that is something, let them find out themselves.
Okay. So cannot.
Right? Some
This,
kind of ideas, when people, even when people start to believe that this is Rama, they're referring to Ramachandra, it's okay. No harm done.
okay. Thank
Not
you.
offensive. They're explaining the holy name to the faithless.
Okay. Thank
Not
you for
appropriate.
telling me. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you
Yeah.
for telling me that. Thank you.
Do simply, we just say, chant Hare Krishna and be happy, like what Prabhupada gave. The word Hara is the mother. It's like a crying of the child for the Father Krishna. So the Hara engage the Father Krishna because we are in marginal potency. So when we are coming to marginal, that means we are in between. It is a external, superior, and marginal. When the marginal potency engage with the superior potency, it comes to the natural, what they call natural happy stage. Yes, that's what Prabhupada was explaining. Correct or not? So that is for the neophyte, just starting. But when you chant Hare Krishna, for your information, the details only I start to realize yes now. As we go into deep studies, Krishna is revealing all these means there's something is there. So please don't go and explain this thing. And in fact, I am saying those who are very fortunate will listen to this recording. Right? Because I've seen that people are looking at this recording, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they just fast. They're not even watching the recording. But of course, I have to keep it for record. Right? Those who are fortunate, maybe out of somebody who want to see this thing in detail, they might be the fortunate one.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you for the explanation.
Don't go around talk about this. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
For our own nourishment. Okay. In fact, I used to tell that to myself. Look here, I'm studying this for my own nourishment, not to simply go out and show people, I'm a scholar, I'm a great scholar, all that. No, for my own nourishment. Okay, then how about you, Karpia, Saras Mataji, Rusan Mataji, K7, Itigash?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Nah, K7.
So, Nectarian Prabhu. Actually, now only this session, I realized there is a different meaning for Hari, Hara, and Hare. Before that,
Right.
I don't know, Prabhu. So, it's actually really mind-blowing, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah.
I understand. So whenever you say Hari means you start. But at the same time, we also must remember, when I say Hari, all the scene will go off, I would do scene. Don't do that. It will be terrible. Yes, Evan?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
And it's very powerful mantra, right?
Yeah, Prabhu, very powerful. They like very compact mantra. Everything is in one mantra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now you believe that mantra can take you back home, back to Godhead.
Yes, Prabhu, exactly.
So don't settle down with 16.
Yes.
Go.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Right?
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yes, very nice, very nice. So, anyone? Itikash, you want to say something just now?
Yes, Prabhu.
You wanted to say something?
Yeah, wonderful class today.
So okay, now you understand?
Yes.
So now do you still want to have your Facebook, Instagram, TikTok?
Normally
Get
I put every time about Hare Krishna movement lah.
No need. Doesn't matter. It doesn't work. You
Sometimes
post
I
all.
take from
Nobody
the
will get-
Facebook also lah.
No need. Just chant Hare Krishna, okay? Because you are a
Okay.
superstar. You got a second chance, and and the way that Krishna healed you, it's miracle. So don't miss that opportunity, okay?
Okay.
Get rid of all your Instagram, TikTok, because when you send posts, actually you think people are watching. No, nobody actually bothered, right? So don't waste time. Use that time to chant Hare Krishna, okay?
Yeah, Prabhu.
All right, okay. How about you, Ruthan Mataji? Is it too heavy for you? Feel your head exploding?
Yeah, already this morning. This is the second time. I have to take rest.
Mataji, if you are here listening to this, that means there's something there. Even Karpiya Saras Mataji, if you are listening to this, because Karpiya Saras Mataji never missed any class. From the day one I started until today she's attending. That is something. See, like so many people are there, but only few have turned up. There is something there. Right? So Sadguru Mataji, yes, Rusen Mataji, you want to say something?
Just telling you that this morning I was thinking, give me some answer that's why I need to chant. See, this is a message coming. So happy.
Wow.
It's tough also. Wow, wow, wow. You can hear the so miracle, you know. I'm asked why I have to chant. Give me some words that persuade me to chant. See, today the message.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really miracle. Why I need not meditation.
Look at that. Great, great. Wow. That's very nice. Anybody else? Who have I didn't call? Sadguru Mataji? Okay. All right. So I think it's late. All right. So thank you so much for your time. So meet again tomorrow. Saturday. Tomorrow is what? Saturday, right? Saturday night. Saturday night, and we continue our discussion because I thought of doing tomorrow morning, but the thing is, tomorrow morning I'm doing a Shraddha ceremony for my father. Those who are devotees in Ipoh, kindly please accept this as my personal invitation. Please come over, starting at 11 o'clock to 12:30. Then after that, we also have a AGM for initiated devotees in Ipoh. Of course, there's AGM. So that's why I couldn't do in the morning, in the afternoon. So at night, 7:30 like this, we meet and we try to go through it. And if we couldn't complete, say like it's so nectarian, we go into deep studies. We do it on Sunday. I think by Sunday we can complete. Because next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll be in Malacca. I'll be in Malacca. So I don't think so I'll have a time or any opportunity to do class, right? So starting on May, we go into deep studies. And of course, I have something in my mind, but later I'll discuss with what they call Vivan, and I come back to all of you. Maybe we can do some other classes on other days at night or something like that. Anyway, I'll plan. Of course, everyone's opinion is important. Till then, have a nice day. Vancha kalpaturubhyascha kripa sindhubhyevacha padithanam pavinebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Sri Harinam Chintamani ki jai. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Go Ranga.